Everybody talks about rice because it's a famous example.
Timothy Schwartz is an anthropologist who has spent the past 20 years working in Haiti. He has consulted with USAID, the World Bank, and multinational charities like CARE and World Vision. He chronicled his experiences in his book, Travesty in Haiti, a true account of Christian missions, orphanages, food aid, fraud, and drug trafficking.
In the early 80s, when we were able to force Haiti or convince Haiti to reduce their tariffs to 3%, which meant that U.S. rice was coming in, but was already subsidized at levels that varied from 35 to 100%. So the Haitian rice producer had to compete with subsidized U.S. rice produced by agro-industry. And none of that was an accident. They knew very well in Congress, and you read the minutes, and people have written about this, and I wrote about it in Travesty. They would say this in Congress: we want to turn Haiti into Taiwan of the Caribbean. So you had a kind of a marriage. The food lobby, the U.S. farmers who wanted to sell more products so Haiti could be shifted into a consumer of U.S. agricultural products. It's good for us. Then you had the offshore venture capitalists who wanted to promote industry in the urban areas. They argued it was good for Haiti because it gives people jobs. And then you had a third partner in this, and that was the conservationists. Because Haiti, with the erosion and the deforestation, is considered a serious problem, a serious ecological problem for the entire region. You got runoff from the mountains, erosion, dirt going into the ocean, smothering the reefs. So if we could get the peasants off the hills with their inefficient hillside farming of beans and corn, we get them out of the mountains and down into the cities and working in the factories so we could preserve the mountains, the trees could grow back. So this is this nice little picture of all three, conservationists, the offshore venture capitalists who were promoting factories, and the U.S. farm lobby. And what beautiful logic. I mean, come on, you step back. How can you argue with it? I'm not saying they were wrong. I'm not saying it was, and it certainly wasn't evil, but the side effects of this plan, this social engineering that came from the North was massive slums built of concrete, poorly constructed, on a fault line.
Foreign aid has become the cornerstone for the West's engagement with what became known as the Third World.
The nice explanation for development, the sympathetic explanation is to relate it to the Marshall Plan, relate it to the developing of Europe, and the idea that we could go into these developing countries and help build an economy and build infrastructure. And so, yeah, the nice way to say it, and what people who are involved in the system, USAID, and all these guys, they all trace themselves back to the Marshall Plan because it was a success. Yeah, that's the nice twist on it. I think a better way to understand it is in the context of the Cold War, competing for the resources, and a neo type of colonialism. I've talked to Haitians saying, we had colonialism, we had neo-colonialism, and we had neo-colonialism, and now we have développement, which is just another colonialism. Everybody in development agrees. Everybody knows the system doesn't work. They don't say it in public. When you sit down and have beers with somebody, or you sit down and have a meal, we all say the same thing. The system's broken. It's not working. It's not happening like it's supposed to be. And everybody's, some people get very emotional about it. Everybody in development knows there's something rotten. They know. But I'm not saying anything that everybody else doesn't know. This is another kind of corruption, another kind of destruction of this whole system. When I did the research for CARE, and I wrote about this in Travesty, couldn't find any orphans that didn't have parents. They all had parents. And when you really get into it, well, of course they have parents, because an orphan's a coveted position. It's school, it's books, it's maybe even a visa, maybe even an adoption. But it does perverted things at the lower level of the system,